All right, guys, so I want to address a really big topic, and that is low intensity training, or what we like to refer to as aerobic capacity training. You could also call this aerobic base building if you wanted to. That's how most endurance athletes would refer to this. And essentially, the question around aerobic capacity and base building is, why should I train at low intensity? Of course, we are a gym facility, and the type of training that we promote is all gym-based. And that's usually based around moving load, moving some sort of resistance, right? So why should a gym athlete who's looking to get stronger also be looking to build their aerobic base? Why should they want to train at low intensity? And really, the best way to describe the effects of training low intensity and the benefits is to think about low intensity increasing the number of matches in your match book, all right? So I've got a simple drawing of 3 matches here. Imagine if you're doing any sort of training or competition, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter, any sort of physical activity where you are using energy. If you have 3 matches, you're gonna burn those matches over the course of the activity that you're doing. Now, if you get to 3 matches, if you burn through all 3 of your matches before like the final moments or before you accomplish whatever goal you're looking to achieve during that level of activity, then you're really going to be out of gas. As opposed to if you had, let's say, 5 matches in your match book, now you've got 2 extra. Or another way to look at it is, if you are competing with somebody who has 3 matches and you have 5 matches, you have a distinct advantage because you're going to have more energy in the tank. You're going to have more matches available after you have both burned 3, right? Assuming that you guys are relatively same, or your energy expenditure is relatively the same throughout the course of whatever it is that you're doing. Now, another reason that you should train low intensity is that it doesn't look cool on social media. And really, a lot of times that you look at what meaningful work people do, it's not the type of work that you're going to see captured on YouTube or Facebook or anything like that. The meaningful work that you put in is going to be the stuff that doesn't look cool, but it's going to have the biggest long-term impacts. That's another really big reason why low-intensity training has so much value, because it takes discipline to do it, and there's nothing sexy. The only thing that is cool about it is the outcome, the results, if you follow the process throughout. The third reason that training at low intensity is really, really beneficial is that it's going to have effects at the cellular level and at the broader system, or the macro level. So training low intensity is going to impact functions in your cells and structures of your cells to help you utilize energy better. I've spoken about this in some of my earlier videos in this series. And it's also going to have big impacts on the way that your heart functions and how your heart can expand. It's building the eccentric chamber function of it, so that essentially it's like a really loose rubber band, so your heart can grow bigger, it can expand, and then pump that blood out. The bigger it can expand, then the more stroke volume it's going to get. So whenever it contracts, your heart contracts again, that's more blood that is going to move into your system, right? It's going to go through your lungs. That blood is going to become oxygenated, and then it's going to be delivered to cells, which have these low intensity or aerobic capacity adaptations built into them, and those cells are going to be able to do more with that oxygenated blood that gets delivered to them. And of course, just like a finely tuned engine, it's not just about getting air into the engine, it's also about getting air exhaust out of the engine, right? You have to have that good pump of air where you have a good intake and good exhaust. Another system level aspect is your body's ability to bring in that oxygen, but then also get rid of waste products on the back end after your cells have used that energy. So it's low intensity work is going to build all of these things. Now, will high intensity do that? To some extent. The body is not a digital system, it's an analog system. And so even if you're doing high intensity training all the time, you're gonna see some benefits of low intensity work, but it's very, very limited. And also your potential to continue to increase that high intensity performance is going to be limited by how wide your aerobic base is. Lastly, and really this is the biggest reason why you should train low intensity, is because no matter what you do, low intensity training yields the biggest long-term impacts on your fitness. Low intensity training inoculates your body to training volume. The more training volume you can sustain, the more you can recover from, the more adaptation you're going to be able to get. Now that is true at low intensity and it's true at high intensity. Athletes with a better low intensity base tend to be able to build in higher quality reps regardless of the intensity that they're working at. The higher quality reps that you're getting is going to lead to better long-term adaptation, no matter what. Whether or not you're a competitive athlete or you're simply a recreational athlete looking to get the most that you can out of your fitness.